Welcome to Creativity, the podcast where art and engineering collide. My name is Max Maker, and this is my co-host, Jeremy S. Cook.
Hey guys, my name is Jeremy S. Cook, and unlike some weeks, we don't actually have any guests today. It'll just be me and Max, so you guys get to enjoy us with no interruption of some famous guests that you probably wanted to hear. So, Max,
but if you want to suggest some guests, feel free to send us an email, and we invite them.
That's right. You can send it to what is it, Max? Is it hi@jeremyscook.com? I guess you can send it info@jeremyscook.com. Or
at maxmaker.333@gmail.com.
That's right. Any of those, just send it to us, and we'll be happy to take that into account, whether we do it or not. So Max, what have you been up to? It's been a while since we talked.
Been a long gap. I've been building a house somewhere, and that took all of my summer basically, because some things got wrong and I had to be there full time basically. So I had no time at all to do anything for YouTube or for making or even my own business. So that's over now, and I'm back in business. I already uploaded a new video and continue working on my old projects, like the hydrofoil, for example.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'd love to hear about the hydrofoil, because I've been such a cool idea. But what is your latest video? Let's hear about that.
I repaired a washing machine.
Oh, well, that's always good.
Yeah, I had this error that the pump wasn't working, and I found out that there was some coins stuck in the pump, and to get rid of the coins, I had to disassemble the whole washing machine. And after I did that and put it all back together, I noticed there were still some more coins in there. And then I just cut a big hole in the side of the washing machine to get access to it.
Really? Well, how much money did you make in this whole process?
I made 12 euros and a little bit of change.
Okay. Well, that's, I guess that'll help pay for something.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely lunch for me and my girlfriend who filmed the whole thing.
Nice. Well, that's great. It's about... I guess if you're a light eater, you get 2 meals for that here in the US. It's
Döner kebab here in Germany is like 4.50 euros, which is like a pocket of bread filled with salad and some meat. It's a Turkish dish. So, for 9 euros, you get lunch for 2.
Nice. Well, that sounds very good.
It's like the go-to fast food here.
Oh, really? Is like food trucks? Do they have that in Germany, or is that not a thing?
We do have food trucks now, but they're very pretentious because they pretend to be in America,
No, I know what you mean. It's like...
And they sell burgers for like 10 euros. And I would pay 10 euros in a real restaurant for that price.
Yeah. It's the same thing here. It's like you go to the food truck and you're like, okay, it's going to be really cheap. But then it's like, well, $4 for a taco. I'm sorry, I'm not going to... I mean, I do pay it sometimes, but I'm not happy about it.
I'll eat some tacos, but only if they're cheap.
Yeah. But as you were saying, how's your hydrofoil project? This has been, how many years has this been going on now?
I started in 2017, December 2017, and I was confident to finish by April 2018. Then I moved houses, so I couldn't really finish it because I had to do the whole moving thing. And then I started this building site project. So the current status is the board is done, the electronics are done, electrics are done. Now I just have to test the motor and find a suitable motor and prop combination, test it, make sure I get 30 kilograms of thrust. That's like the golden ticket, basically. And once I've got that, I can machine it that way that I mount the motor to the hydrofoil itself. So I did I tested 2 props so far. They got 19 kilograms of thrust, but I maxed out at 80 amps through the motor. And that's kind of what it's rated to. So I don't really want to push too many amps more through it. I ordered a new motor that's apparently a little bit better from China, and that's going to take another month. And I ordered a proper boat propeller for a 3 horsepower Yamaha engine. And I hope that I can achieve more thrust with the same amps. So I rather do that, use a better prop that gives me more thrust with the same amps than just adding more amps and possibly burning everything I built so far.
Yeah, I mean, 80 amps is you know, definitely enough to kill you if you're not careful.
Oh yeah, it's a lot, but it's
What's
just
what's the
40 amps
voltage?
through the battery. It's 40 amps through the battery and 80 amps through the motor, because there's like pulse width modulation. I can't really tell if that's root mean square or not, but 40 amps at 50 volts, so that's 5 times 4, 2000 watts. Is that correct?
I'm not actually sure. It's once you get into three-phase
2000
power.
watt, 2000 watts. Yeah,
Okay.
it's 2000 true watts.
Okay. Well, if you say so, then I believe you.
Yeah. This is through the battery, not through the motor.
Okay.
40 amps through the
Well,
battery times 50 volts.
okay. So 19 kilograms. You say that, but you say 30 kilograms is what you need. But obviously, if you're let's say an NFL lineman, you might need a little more. And if you're like a little boy, maybe 19's okay, right? Or is 30
Yeah,
30
but
kilogram
I'm in
is
between. So I weigh 86 kilograms.
okay.
So I guess it's like normal, average male or median male.
Medium male. Okay. Yeah, I guess I don't even quite know what my weight is in kilograms,
That's
but
okay. I'm not gonna
it's
ask.
it's over 100. I know that for sure. Because what is it? 2.43 kilograms per pound? Or no,
Oh,
reverse of that.
I have no idea.
I don't know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
anyway.
things have changed in the hydrofoil sphere. Like now they all use these new foils. They're called Gong foils. I don't even know where they're made, but apparently everybody in the forum is buying these now. And I bought a slingshot foil back in 2017 on sale. I think it was the Black Friday sale. And now it's just been sitting in my garage for 2 years. And I could have bought it now instead and, bought the 2017 version and saved a lot of money.
So they have Black Friday in Germany as well. Is that something America's exported?
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
unfortunately, yes. But they
you know,
just call it Black Day or Black Sales.
black sales. Well, all
Yeah.
right. Um, yeah. Well, that's interesting. It's I guess they knew that they're like, oh, we'll give this guy a real good deal on this hydrofoil that'll be obsolete in a few months, and
Did you buy anything on Black Friday?
not purposely. I think I might have bought a. No, I didn't. I pretty much tried to avoid the mall or any sort of store like the plague on that day. Some people are all about it though. Like,
Mm.
oh yeah, we go to Walmart at 4 a.m. or wherever else they go, and I'm like, that sounds like a horrible experience. I don't know. Do you participate in that,
Well, I
the
checked
German
out all
version
the
of that?
offers, but Amazon is. I like Amazon for Black Friday. Like the app is convenient, but the offers are always the same every year. And the only tools they had on offer were Bosch tools, which I don't use, or at least not the battery ones. And then they've
Right.
got Stanley tools, but I've got all the stuff from Stanley that I want, so didn't get anything. I got a frying pan.
Well, that's good. Actually, now that you mentioned it, I did buy something on Black Friday. I found these where somebody pointed out it was actually might have been Pat Regan that we had on a long time ago. Pointed out these awesome lights that they plug into a normal like light
Oh,
fixture,
how were they
but
called?
they have these three wings that fold out, and basically they use about as much power as a traditional incandescent light, but they're so much brighter because they're LEDs. Anyway, I had bought three of these already because they're just awesome for the shop and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just happened that Friday I wanted to get another one, so I was like, well, I guess I'll buy it on Good Friday or Black Friday. And I was like, and maybe it would influence me a little bit. It says, oh, Black Friday sale. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I click on it, I put it on my cart, and then just to kind of check to see what the price was, I looked at my orders from a while ago, and it was the exact same price with a quote unquote 48-hour coupon that they sent me. Exact same price. I was gonna buy it either way, but I thought that was a little interesting lesson for
Yeah.
you know. So
Oh, I bought something else. I bought a hand operated forklift on Black Friday. And that was a real bargain because it was normally, now it's at 970 euros. I got it for 770 euros. It had like a 25% discount. Then I had another 10% discount for the whole online shop. And then I got their Christmas calendar with a ratchet set as well and free shipping. So 770 euros now with taxes.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
it's
for
like,
something like that, I'm sure free shipping is quite a
oh
good
yeah,
thing.
shipping would have been probably 70, 80 euros for that. And it already arrived. It's great. I posted something on my Instagram, like a picture of it. It lifts pallets up to 1.6 meters high. So like chest height.
Okay, that's what is your Instagram, by the way? Let's go ahead and plug that for
Max Maker YouTube.
Max. Make your YouTube. All right, yeah. So everybody
Yeah.
go ahead and follow him there. So
But don't follow Jeremy because he's not on Instagram.
yeah, I don't use Instagram or anything controlled by Mark Zuckerberg for the most part. Although I think honestly, I think I have an account somewhere. I just don't ever use it. But you can find me on Twitter at Jeremy S. Cook. So if you are so inclined. But
So what have you been up to?
So yeah, I've been up to a lot of stuff. I went to a maker fair, the Orlando Maker Fair. I guess it's been a couple weeks at this point, and I took my clear crawler, which is a new version of a Strawn Beast that I made. The thing's been it's been really really cool. Like I got it to walk around all day for 2 days, and I guess the struggle with this has always been trying to take it to shows like that. Take my little robots to shows, and I actually got like it's not a Pelican case. It's by Monoprice, which is it's a
Pelican
knockoff, I guess.
cases are
Well,
so expensive.
oh, it's extremely expensive. I guess I need to
Because
dis- disclose. I actually got them to send it to me for free. So, but
wow,
yeah, so it's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. And for what it is, I'll say it's probably not as good as a Pelican case, but for what it costs to buy one of those versus even the actual price of one. I mean, I think I was going to buy one anyway, and it was just I w- I would definitely recommend Monoprice for what they are. I mean, if you're gonna if you're planning to travel the world for 10 years, then maybe you go for the Pelican. But if you just need to take your robot on the road once or twice a year, then you know I think the Monoprice version probably work out pretty well. But
it must be a huge case. Did you put it on a plane?
yeah, actually, it is huge. It just barely fit into my trunk and the little Acura that we have, and
Wow.
so yeah, I took my little clear crawler to Orlando Maker Fair, and the week afterwards, I had to take it to California, and that I was really really nervous about that because the case is huge, and I'm like, well, I don't know if this is going to fit in baggage. I'm going to have to check it, which I almost never do. So, but I put my beast in there, checked it in. I just said there were some electronics, and they're like, "Oh, is it tools?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a robot." And they didn't even question me. I was kind of like, I was kind of looking forward to explaining, like, "Yeah, this is awesome robot. You should check out my YouTube channel." Actually, I probably wouldn't do that. I just, you know, but I expected a little bit of scrutiny. But they just said, "Okay," put the tag on it, and then I picked it up in California, and it was, same thing when it traveled back
Well,
to Tampa.
I would have thought they were worried about the lithium batteries.
They say you're supposed to actually pack the lithium batteries in the carry-on. So I had it in like a fireproof bag. Like they have a certain type of bag you're supposed to put lithium ion batteries in. So I had that in my
Yeah.
carry-on. But even if I put it on the check-in baggage, I don't think they would have checked it out.
Why
Not that
would
you
they
should, but
let you put this in the carry-on? If you short the leads, it explodes. That's really easy.
I guess what I thought, I thought my thinking was that if you're not intending some sort of nefarious act, if your battery does catch on fire through whatever means, you can try to put it out or do something with it. Whereas if it's in baggage, it's just burning up, and
Yeah, I guess that
well,
makes sense.
too bad.
But then how do you extinguish a lithium fire? I think the smoke is the worst part of it.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I guess I was in the exit row, so I guess I could have, you pop the door and throw it out. make sure
You
make sure you're
can't
buckled in
pop
though.
the doors mid-flight.
Can you not? You've tried?
No, no. I looked at the stewardess, and they always do this routine after, like before the start, and they do this routine, and they actually arm the doors or not arm them somehow, something like that. And if you go down to landing again, they arm them so they can, explode off if you touch the lever or whatever.
Huh? I didn't know that. I've never noticed that with
Yeah,
stewardesses here.
yeah. Try it out next time. Just grab the
Yeah,
handle and see what the stewardess says.
yeah. I think the air marshal might have something to say about that.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
will say though, on the way
Little
back,
disclaimer: please behave on planes.
yeah, behave on
You should
planes.
do
I
it.
always do.
Yeah.
On the way back though, it was glorious because I paid for like the extra room on my seat. You could pay like, I don't know, $100 for an extra 3 inches or something like that.
Yeah.
But
To be
instead of
treated like a human.
yeah, pretty much. But instead of the 3 inches, I got an exit row in the extra whatever seat. And
Oh, that's
I'm
nice.
6'4" and I could just stretch out like it was amazing. And there was almost nobody on that flight too because it was coming home at like 12 at night or something, and it was yeah, I got a nice nap in. So
And how was California?
so California was actually pretty awesome. I got there, and I was there to go to the Hackaday Super Conference, which probably some people listening have heard of Hackaday. I'm sure you have, Max, and it's always awesome to get featured there. But I was actually giving a talk on my clear crawler Strand Beast, or just Strand Beast in general. And so I got there, got out the plane, um, collected my clear crawler, put it in the bus, and then eventually got there. I guess nobody needs to know how I took public transportation, but it all worked out pretty well. And yeah, and just had that walking around at the conference, and then gave a little
Did you
talk.
have like
Which
a little booth?
no, I didn't have a booth. I guess the way it works there is that people present all through the day. So in the morning they had somebody talking about FPGAs, field programmable gate arrays, which is a little over my head, to be honest. I feel like I f- I feel like as far as engineers go, I was probably like in the lower 10% as far as like electrical knowledge there, but my mechanical knowledge could probably make up for a lot of that. So, but it was great to go. You could see a lot of cool speeches, and you could see me. In fact, that speech is online. I don't necessarily recommend people watch it because watching yourself, I just feel like I was fumbling around and trying to figure out where I was in the speech the whole time. But I think the people there appreciated it. So and I got to put my clear crawler on the on a little table and walk it around for everybody. And yeah, it survived there and back and walks around still. So it's
It looks
pretty
really
neat.
smooth the way it walks.
Oh well, thanks so much. But yeah, I guess for those who haven't seen it, it's a little Strand Beast, and it's based on my big Clearwalker, which I think you've seen that, Max. It just just lurched around. It didn't work too well, but it
I've
was
seen it on Discovery Channel.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was very beautiful though, very beautiful, but didn't walk very well. So scaled it down with the same clear polycarbonate, and yeah, it's works pretty well. I think that's going to be my project, just improving that for the next year or so, I guess.
Yeah,
One of
that was
my
my next question. If you're going, what's your next strand piece going to be?
oh you well, I think I said it 2 Strand Beasts ago. I remember telling somebody, I was like, I think this is the last Strand Beast I make, and that wasn't the truth at all. So I don't know. I think something aluminum would be pretty nice, or aluminium, as
Hmm.
as I guess English people say, and Germans indicate, and people educated in the more proper English.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the way to say it.
that's right. But yeah, I don't know. Something metallic would be nice, or something you could ride, of course. But something like that. The Strand Beast I have now, that my latest version, it's I think 18 inches tall. But as you scale this up, as it's not just one dimension. You're expanding into 3 dimensions. So you make 3 times as tall, you've got what is that, 27 times the area of the whole thing, and the bearing
Oh,
thrust
the
bearings and everything you
bearings
need for
must
that
be
is,
huge. Yeah.
oh yeah. I mean, I think the thing had 87 thrust bearings on it, and I could have used probably, yeah, and I could have used twice that many. So imagine trying to buy that for something that was, 2, 3, or 27 times as big. It's just, things get really expensive.
Yeah.
So
Did I tell you I got bearings for 18 cents a piece and 12 cents a piece, like skateboard bearings?
really,
Yeah, they were so cheap. So much cheaper than even the guys from China.
well,
And that's
how did
without
you
all the
find
taxes.
these?
Well, I just called a German company and they gave me this quote and I said, yes, please. And
Yeah, I'm sure.
they cost 1
Um,
euro the cheapest on eBay if you buy 50 of them. And then I got them for 12 cents.
wow, that's great. I mean, even 50 cents is pretty. That seems pretty reasonable considering what you had to put into to make one of those. I
Yeah.
mean, you got to erase all the balls, grease, I guess, and quality
And
inspection.
all precise and they look really nice. Very nice packaging. Perfect service as well. Like they came the next day.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to call up call up a bearing manufacturer next time I want to make a Strand Beast.
Yeah. Or we get our patrons to increase in size. Not
Oh yeah,
physically,
that's
but in numbers.
right. Or whatever. We're not going to judge your size either. Um, but yeah, as far as Patreons go, thanks so much for supporting us. We always call out our top 5 Patreons, or top 3 in this case. So, Stephen Booker, Positive Waves, and Old School DIY, or GFC 62. Thanks so much for your support. We hope you,
Thank you very much.
stick with us. We really, really appreciate that.
Oh, we do.
So, yeah. So now, what about you, Max? As far as other projects, I hear you're looking to get a welding machine. Is that correct?
Yes, I do want to build a big new CNC. The CNC I've got is made from aluminium and I made it in 2013, I think. And it works well and all of that, but I would like something stiffer, faster, more reliable, and also more precise. And yeah, to just be able to cut aluminium much faster, at industry speeds, hopefully. At least with the power I can get out of 2 German sockets, one for the spindle and one for the motors. So it's going to be, I thought about a lot of options. First, I thought I'd do this epoxy granite thing, but I want the CNC to be really big. I want it to be 2.5 meters long and 1.2 meters deep. So big enough to put almost a whole sheet of plywood on there. But I want it to be able not just to cut plywood, but also aluminium. So it needs to be really stiff. And then they have this epoxy granite stuff, which is epoxy with sand, and it forms almost something like granite. And that's like the best stuff you can make a CNC out of.
Yeah,
But
that sounds amazing.
yeah, but it would have been 1,000 kilograms of that stuff. So 200 kilograms of epoxy. And that alone is like $1,000. And then I'm not quite sure about the heat that's generated when you pour such large amounts of epoxy. So
Sure.
yeah, and it would have been a lot of work to make the mold, of course. And then you can't drill in that stuff because you're drilling into sand, and then you break your bits. So the next
So
thought
you
was,
got to plan it well, I guess.
oh yeah, the next thought was I use concrete instead because I worked all the year with concrete, and I can get 1,000 kilograms of concrete for like 70 euros, 80 euros, like pre-mixed from the concrete
Oh,
plant.
all right.
But then there's the issue that this stuff shrinks over many years. It becomes a little bit smaller every year. So it's not quite as dimensional stable, but it's very heavy, which is nice. And then they've got the proper stuff, the concrete just for CNC machines, basically. But that costs 40 euros for one bag, which is 25 kilograms. So again, it's like $1,000 for this. And the same work as if I would use epoxy granite. So
Yeah, but
next
you
option.
get I don't know, $1,000 for really really solid base. I don't think that's
Yeah,
maybe
that's fine.
reasonable.
That's fine. Plus the plywood, which is like 400 euros, which is also fine. But then all the work of mixing that stuff in my basement, mixing bags of concrete and putting it in there and compacting it and preparing all the anchor bolts beforehand. So would have had to add steel and machine steel anyway, to get surfaces to mount stuff to. And I thought I'd just make the whole thing out of steel. And basically, I'm doing like the first Ultimaker, the first 3D printer that came as a kit, which was laser cut plywood. I'm doing that just with laser cut steel. And it's like you stick it together, weld it together, and then you've got a really big and solid, solid frame. It's going to be like these welding tables, 30 flat welding tables. Have you seen them?
I'm not sure. I think, I mean, I'm envisioning just like a steel table with just a steel table, right? Is that what you're thinking?
Oh, yeah, but it's like 1 foot thick. So it's like 20 centimeters thick. And it's like you slot it together, and then you've got lots of ribs, and yeah, it's like a torsion box.
Oh, okay. I think,
It's like a really, really thick table, and it's made out of individual pieces that you slot together, weld together, and then you kind of have a hollow yet solid piece of steel.
well,
Does that make
that sounds
sense?
awesome. So do you think you'll actually end up making this pretty soon?
Well, it depends a little bit on the finances. I need to get a welder, which is like 1,000 euros. And I
Sure.
want to get this welding mask from 3M, which has a fresh air blower. So you got like a little device around your hip, and it blows fresh air into your helmet. And the helmet is also completely sealed around your face, so you can only breathe in fresh air and filter the air. And if you lift the shield for the arc, like the lenses, the sunglasses, there's another shield underneath, so you still don't breathe in any of the smoke or dust if you grind. So I thought, if I get cancer in 20 years, I would be really annoyed not to having spent $1,500 on this stuff. So
Yeah, no. Oh, it's $1.50 for the helmet?
yeah, it's just a helmet, $1,500, but it's
Wow.
for health, so I gotta buy it.
Yeah, I know. I can. I mean, I can see that, but at the same time, it's not like people weld day after day after day. And then maybe they get sick in 30 years, maybe not. If you're doing it for 10 days,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, yeah.
I can't argue with
never
you,
know.
but I can.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But I know I would be I would be worried about it if I wouldn't do it. So,
Yeah, well, that's certainly
and of course I want to set a good example for the viewers.
sure. Maybe maybe get
So,
them to
yeah.
sponsor you.
Oh, that would be nice. So it's $2,500 just for the equipment, and then the steel, I guess, is another $4,000. So 6.5 plus the spindle, eight grand, probably 10 grand. But then it's going to be a production machine. So
You say that, but I saw at Harbor Freight they were selling a welding machine for I think it was like 100 something dollars. I think they'd probably throw in the welding helmet for free.
yeah. They've got
But
this offers here too, and the helmet, it doesn't even stick to your head. You have to hold it with your left hand. It's just like a shield, like a riot shield.
yeah, exactly. But
And the
I
lenses
guess
are not electronic. The lenses are just really dark.
I guess maybe there's some compromise between that shield and I guess what the recycled Soviet space helmet that you're wanting to get. Actually, that might make a pretty good welding helmet if you could afford
Yeah. Yeah.
the 100 grand or whatever they'd want for it.
Yeah. And then probably you get cancer from the ingredients they used for the hoses.
Yeah, probably so. It's like, oh yeah, asbestos. That's a good thing, it's made in.
Oh, yeah. It perfectly absorbs the rays from the sun.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's the upcoming.
Nice.
And I need some furniture for my house. So
okay, well that's kind of
always a debate
I guess
with the girlfriend. What's more
well,
important?
yeah. Well, that's you got to have office furniture, right? So that's tax deduction. And since you're at home.
No, it's not. I tried that, but then my tax guy said, "Is your office in a separate room?" And I said, "No, it's in a living room." And he said, "Well, you can't do it then."
Well, here you have to have a designated space, which I have a room, but I wonder if it would count if you put like some yellow tape around your office area and just said, "This is my office area. Nobody come into this."
That's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, my I claim half my garage, which is pretty legitimate, and it's not.
Oh, I claim my whole
That's
garage.
Oh, well, good for you. Well, half of my
Yeah.
garage has you know children's stuff and whatever in it, so I can't quite.
Hey, just take
You
one
know,
picture of it, post it to Instagram, and say, I use this for promotion.
it's a good idea. So you can't claim that as a business tool or anything. But that being said, Max, what has your favorite tool been for 2019? Since we're almost at 2020,
Oh,
crazy enough.
that's a good question. I've got two tools. One is a metal bender. How's it called? A sheet metal press? Sheet metal press with segments. So I can make boxes with that and pans, and it's just great to be able to, to bend steel basically up to 2 millimeters apparently, but that's not true. It's more like 1 millimeter.
Well, that sounds
And
awesome.
yeah, the quality is amazing. It's made in China, but they have got some really good quality control. The German company, and it's super cheap, but it's just as
Hey,
good as one that's made in Germany.
how much can you get one of these benders for?
Oh, it cost 1,800 with shipping,
Okay,
but the
so
German
not
one would have been 6.5 grand.
okay, so not an impulse buy, but not you know
Oh no, I looked for
not
ages.
not a
But the
car
good thing
payment,
is they
not a car
really
either.
hold their value because they don't break,
Oh yeah, good point.
except for
Yeah,
the metal. That's,
like was it Proto? Remember Proto G? We had him on here. He's all about
oh yeah, I saw his
so
videos where he bends stuff. And it's so nice, but he's got a proper press.
yeah,
And
he's got
to
some.
accompany that investment, I bought a spot welder,
Oh, nice.
and that's also great. It's made from a German company, like a proper German industrial tool. It weighs 11 kilograms. I can barely lift it, but
Okay.
it's super good. And I figured out though it cannot weld aluminium.
Yeah, aluminum is supposed to be a challenging to weld. I don't. I
You
think I
just
tried it
nothing
once or
happens.
twice.
Nothing
What's
happens.
that?
Just the electricity, the current just goes through the aluminium. And I tried it 4 times in a row, and then suddenly those copper bars at the spot welder, they were so hot that I couldn't touch them.
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
apparently
maybe
the
it's.
whole machine just absorbed the energy,
Well, yeah, I don't know.
not the aluminium.
I don't think I've ever used a spot welder. I've used several types of welders at different times in my life, but I wouldn't say I ever got to be an expert at any of them.
Oh, they're so easy to use and convenient. You just you plug it into the socket, then you press the thickness of your material. Yeah? I just press number 2 for 2 millimeters, and you take two of the same metal, same thickness, put it in between the tweezers, squeeze them together, and it makes a perfect weld.
Oh, well, that sounds awesome. So
You don't need
why
any
couldn't you use that with
gases,
your
nothing. Yeah,
why couldn't you use that with your CNC machine? Is there not a way to do that?
it can only do 2 millimeters, and the CNC is 4
Oh,
to 15 millimeters.
all right. So
Yeah,
yeah,
just for sheet metal.
so great for sheet metal, but not necessarily for anything else, I guess.
Yeah. How about your favorite tool?
So my favorite tool, and I think probably a lot of people out there would agree with me, is my 3D printer. I got I kind of came late to the 3D printing game, and I remember talking with you a year or two ago about it. I was like, I've got a CNC router. What do I need a 3D printer for? And you're like,
Oh,
Jeremy, it's just like, you know, once you get it set up, it's almost like like a 2D printer. You just press the button and it just does its thing. And I got to
it
say,
does.
it's been amazing. I mean, you model something on Fusion 360, send it to your printer through Octoprint, which I don't know if you use that or not, Max, but it's an
I don't.
amazing
I've
program.
I've got a printer from 2011, and it's perfect, but I cannot really change it.
Okay. Well,
It
anyway,
doesn't have
I
a
have
heated
my.
bed, which is quite annoying
Oh,
because
okay.
all the big things and heavy things they come out warped. But apart from that, it's good.
Okay.
So
But yeah, but
that's why I'm jealous for yours with the heated bed.
yeah, no, it's nice. I mean, I don't know how much, and I live in Florida, so I don't know. Probably not as necessary as in Germany. I guess. But
Well, room temperature is the same here as in your place.
well, that's a good point. But garage temperature, unfortunately, is pretty hot here a lot of the
Okay.
time. If I just had I guess that's maybe the tool that I'd like to get in 2020 as a air conditioner for my garage. That'd be
Oh yeah,
superb.
I think they've got some good sponsorship things, like these companies that make mini split machines that you can install yourself.
Really? Well,
Yeah, and they've got like you need to pressurize it, but they have like a little one-time use kit to pressurize it.
huh, very interesting. Yeah, uh, Physics Anonymous, those guys have a air conditioner in their garage, and I thought that was just, because I visited their house when we did that podcast, and it was like, this is amazing. That's just, they live in Florida too, so that's like the ultimate luxury. So I don't know. I guess like you, if I get some extra cash or something, maybe that'll be a little investment. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that would be
Um,
nice.
but seems like a challenge to actually install it. But maybe that's why they like to sponsor people for that kind of thing, like you
It's
said.
not that difficult. Like you attach one thing on the outside, one thing on the inside. The hose is already, you don't cut the hoses. If you have any extra hoses, you just coil it up. It's like a fixed length. It's just plug and play. And then you have this little pressurizing kit with the cooling gas. You just plug that in, it charges it up, remove it, and it's done.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, I guess you've done a little research on this. Have you been
I
considering?
watched it. I watched their YouTube videos.
Oh, okay.
April Wilkinson did one, and ABOM57, I think his name is. The guy
Okay.
that does the machining, the manual machining on YouTube.
Okay. Well, yeah. It's,
ABOM some number.
I don't know. So yeah. My favorite tool has definitely been my 3D printer, and then maybe a tool that would be nice to have would be an AC air conditioner for the garage. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's, even though it makes sense in Florida, I still feel like it's kind of a luxury. So
Well,
we'll
it
see.
is a luxury, but then it's a business investment,
Yeah, that's a
maybe.
good point. So yeah. So yeah, I guess that's what we've been. Anything else you want to talk about today, Max?
Oh, nothing in particular. I checked out Physics Anonymous channel a lot. Like I
Oh
watch
yeah.
all of their videos. I really like it, and they've been up to some really great work with all the stuff they're doing.
Nice. Yeah, well, they're nice. Actually, oh yeah, I should mention I actually saw them at the Orlando Maker Fair, so it was good
Oh,
to
nice.
see Ryan and Mike, of course.
Did they recognize you?
Yeah, they did. They actually, I met their dad too, and their other brother.
Oh, cool. The one that worked at NASA.
Yeah, that's right. So I talked to him a little bit, and I
Oh,
don't know,
that's fantastic.
they all seemed like interesting people. So you know, um,
I'm coming to Florida once a certain president is gone, which could be sooner than later.
well, we'd love to have you
Yeah.
sooner or later, I'm sure. So
Thank you very much. I know we got
not
to
that
make a podcast with those two.
not that not that I'm the
Or did you
authority
just
here.
say? Oh, you said sooner than later.
I I would love to see you here sooner rather than later, but
Okay, I thought you were referring to the president, and
we on a slightly related subject, I do remember I went to Chicago one time, and a guy that wanted to shine my shoes, he told me not to come back, and like me, I don't think he had the authority. I don't have the authority to tell people not to come to America. I don't think he had the authority to tell me not to come back to Chicago, but I've never been back. So let me
why
just
did he tell you that?
because he said let me shine your shoes, let me sign your shoes, and I said, or it was the guy I was with. He wanted to shine his shoes because I don't think I had the right shoes on, like some. Anyway, so we didn't let him shine his shoes, and then he said some non-podcast friendly words to us and said, "Don't come back to Chicago." And I haven't been back, so not because of that necessarily.
I heard it's really cold in Chicago,
It was.
but it's
It
the
was. I think.
birthplace of Barack Obama.
I.
No, it's Hawaii.
I
It's not the birthplace, but he grew up there.
there's yeah. Anyway, right. He claims I guess Chicago is his adopted hometown. I guess that'd be correct, right? I
Yeah.
don't. I
Well,
should
he
I should
studied
probably
there,
know.
and he met Mrs. Obama there.
Right. I should probably know that more than I don't know where Angela Merkel is from. I assume somewhere in
East
Germany.
Germany.
East
East
Germany.
Germany.
Okay.
Yeah. And she studied atomic physics.
Wow, that's
She's a real smart cookie.
so physics wasn't hard enough for her. She decided to study atomic physics instead. I mean, she's been chancellor for what, like 13 years now, right?
Yeah, before 2009. I think 2009 minus 4, 2005, I think.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting.
It's her last season now.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm just thinking that with like the English system, I don't know how your system works exactly, but you're elected by parliament, correct? So you can,
we elect the parliament, and the parliament decides who's going to be the chancellor.
So can they be chancellor for however long they want, or is it, or not how
I
they
think
want?
so.
But okay.
No, I think so. It's always 4 years, but then I don't think there's a term limit. But she's just a chancellor. She's not the president. She doesn't have executive privilege or executive powers or pardon powers or anything like that. We do have a president, but he's only shaking hands. And
well, that's interesting. So he's
not
more of
doing any work.
He's more of a figurehead, but then when he wants to, he can step in. Is that kind of the?
No, he can't step in. He's just a figurehead.
So there's no executive branch in the German system, I guess.
Oh God, executive. I guess there is. There must be.
There's no one that says
our president is like the Queen, basically. He's always around when there's charity stuff and important events. He's doing speeches.
That sounds like a pretty good job. I mean, just like,
and you get about 250,000 euros a year of a honor salary after you finished.
Wow.
And we had a guy who got that job with like 50 years of age, and he was kicked out because he was he accepted some presents, which we would call bribes. He was basically corrupt, but he was kicked out, but he's still getting that salary, 250,000 euros a year.
Oh yeah, no, that's I think that's if you didn't, you're like, well, I don't really want to be president, but I'll see if I can be president of Germany. Not that I could ever be, but maybe this is a goal for you, Max. You just get to be president, then you resign after a couple months, and you're set for life.
You get that. You really get that. But then the chancellor, she doesn't make a lot of money from office.
Well,
she's poor.
Our politicians don't get paid that much, but somehow they all go into office not that rich, but then come out, with bags and bags of money.
Like Pam Bondi from Florida.
I don't know. Maybe you're right, but it's.
You should look her up. She's the most corrupt.
It goes across the political spectrum. It seems it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, but then somebody like Barack Obama, he's so smart. Obviously, he would make a lot of money as a lawyer anyway.
I guess we.
But he's not as smart as Donald Trump, of course. He makes the most money.
Sure. Well, like what's his song? The Sam Battle. That song, "Money, Money, 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 Grandma's Money." That song, I love that song, and I'll listen to it when I'm running at the gym sometimes. And I keep thinking, if I start like singing along with this song, I say money, 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 grandma's money. They're gonna throw me in the loony bin. It doesn't even make any sense. I mean, it makes sense when you listen to it in context, but most
you see the video clip as well.
Oh, I haven't seen the video. I'll have to check that out. But most rappers, if they're talking about money, is like, I got all the money, I'm the best. But no, this guy's talking about his mother's money. So it's a totally flipped the script on everything.
For those that don't know, we're talking about Look Mom, No Computer. the other channel that we're obsessed with, and he just dropped a new album. Check it out. It's in stores right now, or just on iTunes and Spotify, I guess.
Or check out the podcast too. We put a big clip of his on there, and
of course,
he was probably, I don't know, one of our most entertaining guests. I gotta say,
him and Laura Kampf.
She was maybe that, you know, we've had many entertaining guests. They were both very good.
So. Yeah, we don't have a top 10 list, at least not publicly, but we do.
Sure. Yeah, but yeah, that being said, you know, if you guys enjoyed this show with us, you know, we'd love to hear your suggestions as far as who we should have on next, or, you know, if you want to come on next, just let us know, and we'll give that some consideration too, of course.
Yeah. And if you want, just send us a list full of questions and we do a Q&A.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, you know, if you want, we'll go ahead and wrap up, Max, and I guess.
Yeah, let's wrap up this, and then we'll wrap up some presents for Christmas.
Oh, very good. So, but yeah, so.
Thank you.
So yeah, my name's Jeremy S. Cook. You can find me on YouTube, of course, Jeremy S. Cook. I think it's just Jeremy Cook now. I've changed it, but and then Twitter.
The S was so distinctive.
Well, I think I'm still like. Here's my deal. When I tried to look up Jeremy S. Cook as one word, it would say, "Did you mean Jeremy Cook?" and take me to some other person. I'm like, I can't have that. So now I finally got it. So if you look up, now if you do that, it'll take me to, it's like, "Did you mean Jeremy Cook?" It'll take you to me. So, you know, I guess I had to change things up just a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I hope this whole maker thing never comes out of season.
Oh yeah, well, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, so yeah, Max, you know, my partner here, Max Maker, you can find him on YouTube at Max Maker.
Max Maker, just Max Maker, yeah, and Instagram, of course, or even better, Patreon. That would be really nice. But even if you don't, that's all fine. You know, just watching the videos makes us happy.
Yeah, so exactly. So if you support Max on Patreon, or us, exactly, we want to, you know, rely on grandma's money anymore. Not that we do, I don't think. No, I don't. So
me neither.
No. Anyway,
thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks.
Have a nice Christmas, or you know, just a nice holiday if you don't celebrate Christmas. Have a nice winter though, unless you live in Australia. Then have a nice summer, Mike.
Have a nice summer or winter. Everybody's included in our good wishes. Thanks for listening.
Exactly. Bye-bye.